What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and Quibi is dead. I have never seen such a spectacular flame out in my entire life. $2 billion burned through in less than 6 months, and they've gone completely belly up. Now, the format, of course, being mobile only was a bad idea, in my opinion. The format itself didn't really work because they tried to put this Hollywood veneer on like short form content. They basically tried to rip off the success of YouTube and like TikTok and stuff like that, but make it Hollywood, and no one cared. A lot of the reason that, YouTube and social TikTok and this content is interesting to people because people are authentic in it. And Quibi is an interesting story to look over. And just a quick reminder, we're pushing hard for 1 million subscribers by Christmas. I can't do it without you. So hopefully today will be the day I earn your subscription. And you know what? I know a lot of you say you don't want to create an account. You could just create an extra email and, create just so you can get notified when I upload. I would greatly appreciate it. Quibi's crash and burn is a warning to the crowded streaming space. Quibi won't be the last casualty of the streaming battle as studios and other players vie for consumers' time, but its demise, officially announced Wednesday, only 6 months after its launch, will likely be recorded as one of the most predictable, reflecting a business plan founded on questionable demand that came at the worst possible time. Founded by Disney and DreamWorks alumni Jeffrey Katzenberg and former Hewlett-Packard eBay CEO Meg Whitman, Quibi billed itself as a filling two distinct needs: an appetite for slickly produced content during the downtime in which people have while out and about, and the tendency to occupy those gaps by pursuing phones. Hence the much lampooned Quick Bites formula, providing TV shows and documentaries sliced into 7 to 9 minute episodes generated by marquee talent in front of and behind the camera. As always, such ventures, Hollywood agents and content makers were happy to take money from a new buyer, but the lockdown that undermined the whole on-the-go notion intervened before the unproven strategy could even be legitimately tested. I thought that this was a bizarre excuse. I really did. I mean, when you see services like Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Netflix subscriptions going through the roof and people sitting at home more and more often, I don't know that the on-the-go thing, I don't know that that even matters. People still are laying in bed, or, they're still traveling, they're still doing things, they're still working from home. I think that just nobody wanted the content. I don't think the lockdown really had as much to do with it. Now, I asked last March about the dilemma. Quibi largely dismissed such concerns. Less than 2 months later, Katzenberg sounded more glum, placing much of the blame on the unforeseen toll of the coup. Of course, that didn't take into account a host of other problems, among them creatively uneven opening salvo of shows and lingering questions about whether people scrolling for new sports scores and existing troves of short-form videos really yearned to dive into a juicy drama or a Chrissy Teigen hosted court show. No, they didn't. What this was an attempt to Hollywood up YouTube. And good riddance. Honestly, that's what this was. They saw, people like YouTube videos. They watch YouTube videos on their phones. Let's make it Hollywood. Let's charge them money, and this will be great. Quibi also had the distinct disadvantage of arriving months after competitors like one from Katzenberg's old studio, Disney and Apple TV, while vying for attention with HBO Max and Comcast's Peacock, two ventures that notably rely on deep bench provided by a library of content as well as the appeal of new shows. Soon enough, Quibi was reduced to a punchline, which never really kind of publicity that you want. For this sort of fledgling venture. The fact that principals didn't appear to be entirely on the same page in interviews and only added to sense of the concept might be in trouble. Well, everyone took money. I'm sure that the creators are walking away with a couple $100 million each in their pocket. They just, we'll just chop it. In an open letter, Katzenberg and Whitman acknowledged that they might never know the exact reason why Quibi failed. I do. Because the idea itself wasn't strong enough to justify a standalone streaming service, or because of timing. No. It is not timing. YouTube views are at an all-time high for a lot of channels. I mean, I've enjoyed a nice boon for content and new subscribers. Thank you all for joining me. And a lot of YouTubers did. It was just that your content wasn't great, which is obviously part of it. And then the idea that I would have to pay for a service to watch YouTube videos, it's ridiculous. The media migration from a traditional ad-supported template to a direct consumer subscription model continues to basically fly blind, leaving companies largely guessing about where the saturation point resides. Well, we've already hit it. Additional casualties seem destined to follow, and as Netflix CEO Reed Hastings told CNN in September, while well-defined brands such as HBO and Disney will likely survive, we'll see what happens with the others. There will be some consolidation. For Quibi, the speed of its fall suggests a near-perfect storm of factors, some perhaps unique, and yet its fate serves as a warning. Well, I don't know if I buy all that. They had $2 billion, and here Gizmodo basically agrees with my position, which is rare. Don't cry for Quibi. A former boss of mine, someone who worked on legacy TV channel that starts with an F and ends with Fox News, told me about Quibi last February. It's bite-sized video. It's run by Meg Whitman and Jeffrey Katzenberg. It raised a few billion. If she was excited about it, why hadn't I heard about it? I mulled over the minute and realized the answer. She wanted to work there. I didn't. To her, it was the best possible of all worlds, well-funded, run by boomers, in power in an innovative way that wasn't threatening. It was obvious endgame for user-generated content. The users in this case would be a world-famous actor and production company that would be way better than ring light and a selfie stick. But I had seen this kind of well-funded flame up before. It happened a few years ago with a startup called Klinkle. And it happened when rock stars try to start tech companies. It happens every time too much money and not enough sense get together in the same room and plot their mutual demise. It's actually a great way to put it. So with Quibi set to shutter just 10 months after its splashy launch, was the perfect example of the old media grift. It took the best of modern user-generated content, some would say the worst, and packaged it in a way that looked and smelled Hollywood. The goal was obviously to beat TikTok and YouTube and every other service that lets you upload short videos and amass millions of followers and views. Imagine the frustrated movie executives. OMG, I told my husband I was pregnant while wearing a dinosaur costume and I can't stop shaking. Gets its 4 millionth view and wondering why big budget movies and TV shows weren't hitting. They had done cinema verite once before with reality TV, right? Why couldn't they get back some of the magic? Well, it's because it's exactly what I said, and they agree here. Quibi failed because nobody wants to pay for formalized bite-sized content experience. Just as magazine journalism begat free blogs, reality TV begat the TikTok star. These TikTok stars monetize themselves, make money on their own terms, and maybe at some point they'll come together in a studio that just isn't where a house where kids in bike shorts dance around. But that will happen organically or without the gummit of some weird studio exec watching over the surveillance system. In the time of the lockdown, we want to watch long-form video. We want to watch videos that have been massaged and carefully shot and beautifully rendered. We want Lovecraft Country, not an 11-minute short about someone's golden arm. Maybe Quibi gave actors and producers and writers a chance to experiment and mess around. Maybe it was a hot house of ideas. Maybe it could have survived in a world where everyone was still on the subway. But here's the trick. You can still watch Netflix on the subway. You can still watch TikTok. Both of those exist, and there's no reason at all to fall smack dab in the middle. I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, Quibi's Katzenberg was scared. His old world was rapidly aging. He wanted to lend a hand to the new one, palm outstretched, of course. The result, as we see, was an attempt to squeeze money out of new models using an old technique. As those are currently trying to monetize online media could have told him, the new consumer is a different breed from the kids that bought countless tickets to Beauty and the Beast. Those kids grew up and they watch Amazon Prime and they like the Beast. This is the new consumer, will turn on you in a heartbeat if it knows you're out to steal the only treasure it has left in this strange, twisted little world. It's time and attention. Great article. John Biggs at Gizmodo. Very true. I mean, good riddance to Quibi. It didn't really seem to have anything to offer that anyone wanted. But interestingly enough, it flamed out in an incredible fashion. I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, maybe just leave YouTube to the YouTubers Hollywood, and continue to lose billions of dollars as the theaters remain closed. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.